Just a few words before we start. I will be muting everybody for the first part of the meeting, which will be meditation, and then you can unmute yourself and we can share whatever questions, whatever you would like to explore. So if we can, for the first part of this meeting, turn your attention inwardly. You can close your eyes or simply turn your attention inwardly and welcome your experience just as it appears to you. So you are the aware presence. You are the screen that effortlessly perceives, effortlessly is. Whatever appears to you, whatever images, thoughts, sensations, they appear to you like the weather appears to you. You do not exist in the past or in the future, but in the eternity of presence. Whichever way you define yourself is false. Whichever way you imagine yourself is incomplete. Because that which you are is beyond imagination and is not an object of perception. When you perceive via your assumptions, you only perceive your assumptions. your perception is limited by your assumptions. And your primary assumption is that you are somebody, that you are a person, a man, a woman, somebody. And upon this assumption, your perception is a tunnel perception, a tunnel vision. That filters your experience via the belief that you are a limited personal self. While all along you are this borderless aware presence, transparent beingness, borderless awareness, the reality that perceives. Which is not a thing, it's not a mass of flesh and bones and synaptic brain activities. That which perceives does not belong to the realm of matter, does not belong to the realm of that which is perceived. Within your inner silence and your inner stillness is the reality of being. Which is not being somebody, a daughter, a son, a brother, a sister. Being does not know such limitations. The initial assumption that I am somebody, that I am a man, a woman, infects your entire experience, taints your perception, deludes your mind, and leads you to the experience of isolation, limitation, separation, the sense of lack, the fear of ending. But there is a way to welcome your experience as this transparent, aware presence. To which nothing is lacking and nothing is in excess. In welcoming your experience as awareness, as presence, there is no division, no separation. You recognize throughout your entire experience the touch of the divine, the universal love, like in every wave of the ocean, no matter its size and shape. You recognize water, you recognize the ocean, the reality of the waves. Similarly, in your experience, you can recognize the reality of your experience as the reality of consciousness, the reality of awareness. Rather than subjecting the reality of consciousness, the universal reality of being, to a body-mind impression that grows from a fetus to an elderly skeletal structure, which is not that which you are. The clarity of being is the clarity of awareness, the clarity of that which you are is the clarity of awareness, which is never faded, never fading away, never diminished or augmented. So put your hand in the hand of God. Put your hand in the hand of truth. Rather than relying on past beliefs and feelings and stories, memories and impressions, rather than relying on the divided mind that is traumatized by the sense of separation. Place your trust in that which, in your experience, is ever fresh and present. Which is never given to you or taken away from you. because that which is given to you can be taken away from you. But that which you are is neither given to you nor taken away from you. So in looking, in your contemplation, you are the subject and the object. You are the seeker and the sought. You are the destiny of your very self. You are your very self. And the self that you are is not personal. It is not phenomenal, non-objective. Although in your experience, the mind may be pointing to objects. Contemplate that the reality of all objects is consciousness. That in fact, there is no external reality to consciousness. There is no objective or subjective reality. The reality is indivisible, absolute. And you are that. Wherever your mind goes, in whichever direction it goes, return it to the source.
Well, I don't know what's going on there with this thing. We'll give this a try.
So if you have any questions, this would be a good time. You can unmute your mic. So any questions?
I don't even know how to stop this.
Any questions?
Magdi, thank you.
Hello, Mina.
Thank you very much for this beautiful book of truth. I wanted to tell you, suddenly I had the feeling to look inside in the pointings of Francis. And I was the last days listening and listening and listening very much. And I was very impressed. I know I have many
One moment.
You're stringy.
I may have to, Gertrude, I may have to make some adjustment. Okay, that's fine. Yes, Mina, sorry about that.
No, no problem. It's all fine.
Yes.
You know, for me, there are masters who are saying you have to stay with the same master. But for me, it was not like that. I had a different approach to different masters. And for me, it was like seeing in every pointing of every master like a facet and something that entered completely different inside me. And I was very impressed now by these talkings of Francis. And the last what I heard was also this reality, that there is only one reality. And you know, something in me or in many of us is that there are two. This is me and me, my mind, and this. And today it was very clear that it is only one, and this other that I think is me, this is an illusion. This is not the same level. The reality is the reality, but the illusion is not on the same level. Yes. And this is following me the whole day today, and really.
Yes, one of the ways of looking at this, Mina, is that what appears to us, like the body, the mind. When we say the body and the mind, we're very specifically talking about thoughts, memories, images, and about sensations, bodily sensations. Yes, and the bodily images, ideas we have about the body, and as well as sensations. So the body and the mind as a separate reality, let's say, as real, as a phenomenon, event, they appear to you. You perceive a thought, you perceive a sensation, you perceive a memory, you perceive a feeling. So that which perceives a sound, perceives a feeling, perceives a thought, perceives a sensation. Although that which is perceived, it changes. That which perceives does not change. So awareness, consciousness doesn't change. So like a screen, on a screen, you can have various images. You can have the image of a lake, an image of a forest, an image of horses or walking. So although the images change, the screen doesn't change. So when we speak of reality, we're speaking of that which is always there, doesn't change. It doesn't change with time. You don't have more awareness in the morning and less awareness in the evening. Sorry, I had to remove somebody because of the sound. I don't know how to manage it otherwise. So when we speak about reality, we're speaking about that which is not dependent on time and space.
Hold the cake? It's up to 12. You want to hold the cake?
Gertrude, if you are joining the meeting, you're interested in the meeting, please mute yourself. And if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself, but wait for your turn, please. So Mina, coming back to, when we're speaking of reality, we're speaking of that which does not change with time and space. So therefore, we're not talking about thoughts, sensations, feelings, the body, the mind. Now, yes, there is a body, there is a mind. Yes, we do perceive thoughts, we do perceive sensations, we do perceive perceptions. Not to deny that. Like in your night dream, you perceive many different things.
It happens right away.
Not to deny that.
It happens right away, Frank.
I may have to, Gertrude, I may have to invite you one more time to keep mute or to remove you. I have to remove you. All right.
I think this is just a recording.
Oh, it is a recording. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
This is a good example.
consider that.
And go.
Yes. Consider that.
On the screen.
You're right. So it's a very important understanding that there is one reality. That there is a reality, which is a reality of consciousness, a reality of awareness that has no name. It's not a female awareness or a male awareness or an old awareness or a young awareness. It's important to understand that. And that's in your experience is that of awareness. Right now, there is awareness of hearing, awareness and hearing. See, there is awareness that also I am, the awareness that I am aware. So awareness is the reality of our experience. It's very important to understand that. And the body-mind is basically, you could say, is awareness in motion. Like when you are in your night dream, you are sleeping, you are at rest. But then you start to move in the dreams, you create the dreams. So the dream is you in motion, you meaning awareness or the dreamer in motion. It's one of the ways of looking at the phenomenal experience of perception, sensation. It is awareness appearing as the sound, as this perception, as this sensation. which is quite different from the belief that there is a separate reality, which is me, which is the body-mind, and that I am inside the body-mind. In fact, you are not. You don't experience yourself inside the body-mind. You experience the body, meaning a sensation, appearing to you. For example, if right now you turn your attention to the sensation of your feet on the ground, this sensation, you are not inside the sensation. If you look inside the sensation, you will not find Mina. You will not find anything. The sensation appears to you. So the belief that I am inside the body, or I am the result of the body, or I'm created by the body, or I die when the body dies, assumes that you are inside the body, or that you are dependent on the body, or that your reality is the reality of the body. Your reality is not the reality of the body. The reality of the body is your reality. Your reality as consciousness, you as consciousness. But your reality, meaning the reality of consciousness, is not the reality of the body. Why? Because when there is no sensation, you don't disappear. In deep sleep, there is no sensation. You don't disappear. If you disappeared, you wouldn't wake up again. You wouldn't wake up and say, oh, I had a really nice sleep. I rested well. Between thoughts or between sensations, you don't disappear. So your reality is not the reality of the body. The reality of the body is consciousness. Now, why do we say the reality of the body is consciousness? For two reasons. First, we know intuitively that there is one reality. The second reason is that when we look in our experience at a sensation, meaning at the body, let's say you're sensing your feet on the ground, your body is appearing to you as a sensation. When you look at the distance between awareness, meaning I, and the sensation, you don't find any distance. Go to the sensation of the breath right now. There is breath, and there is awareness of a gentle movement. But the awareness of the breath and the breath are not two separate things in your experience. There is no distance between the awareness of the breath and the breath. Because there is no distance, there is no separation. And because we are clear that consciousness is real or awareness is real, then we conclude that the reality of the sensation, the reality of the body, is consciousness, awareness. When you think in terms of reality, you don't need to discard the body or the mind or the world. Obviously, there is a world, there is a body, there is a mind, thoughts, images. But the reality is consciousness. Because there is one reality, and the reality of the world, body, mind is consciousness. Then one could say that the world, body, mind is consciousness playing within itself. And because consciousness is one reality playing within itself, there isn't anything that's missing or lacking. There isn't a separate realm out there that consciousness or reality is missing, that it needs that in order to get fulfilled. There isn't a separate, a piece lacking. It's not like a puzzle and there is a piece missing in the puzzle. Because it's one reality, one ocean. So in the ocean, the movement of the ocean, a wave arises, another wave comes up, and there is a bigger wave and a shorter wave, a wave here, a wave there, no wave over here. It's all one ocean. There's nothing lacking or missing. The ocean is not missing some waves, or is not missing a calm surface of the ocean. There is no missing. There's no lack. No lack. Nothing that we need to seek, to attain, to get in order to become complete and whole as consciousness, as the reality, as that which we are. What the reality right now that hears these words is not Mina. It's consciousness that hears. Mina is the body-mind instrument, one of the infinite creations of consciousness, via which it perceives and hears and smells and tastes, but there are infinite other creations of consciousness, infinite other creations, via which it experiences infinite experiences. There is infinite potential for consciousness, to consciousness. And what is available to us, which is magical, is the realization, the understanding that this non-dual universal reality is my reality. It is that which I am. That which perceives right now is this transparent, aware presence, effortlessly. And that which I am, which I is not an object that is born and dies. There is a reality to our experience. And we know this reality as I perceive, I see, I hear, I smell, I touch, I am. There's no doubt about I am. The doubt arises when I am Magdi, or I am this, or I am that. When we add on a descriptive to the I am. I am is descriptive free. It is whole and complete within itself, the amness. But then we say, no, I am a human being, I am from the Eastern Bloc, I am Middle Eastern, I am Indian, I am a man, I am. Then we are confusing the body, which is a male body, which is maybe born in India or born in France. We're confusing the body with I being the reality. Reality is not a body. There are no words for reality. So we say reality, we say consciousness, we say presence, we say awareness. But we know this reality directly in our experience because we are this reality. And we know we are this reality, and we know we are this reality via the I am. I am Sat. I am aware, Sat Chitananda, Sat Chitananda. And that is not something that is given or taken away from you. That it is revealed to you via your understanding. Yes, I am. Everything else is diluted via the mind. Oh yeah, I'm born, I'm this, I was a great, good boy, and my brother was a bad guy, and my mother and my grandfather, and all that is mind, thoughts about the body, about the world, about perception, about sensation. But none of it is about reality. Reality, there is no story about reality. There is no tale about reality, no narrative about reality. Narratives arise within reality, but they're not about reality. Reality is the creation, that which creates, that which is and creates. It is not that which is created. It is that which is and creates, moment by moment. Look at this creation right now. This perception, this sensation, this being, this sound, this color, this smell, this being. Yes. And so, very important to be clear about reality and one reality. It's not a dual reality.
Yes.
And this one reality includes the world, body, mind. The world, body, mind being the experience of consciousness, consciousness experiencing itself as thoughts, sensations, and perceptions, moment by moment, freshly.
Very beautiful.
So there is no need to deny the past, deny the mind. No, it's perfect. The history of the body, mind, my family, my culture, my history, they relate to the body, mind, perfect. But to recognize yourself as awareness, as the one reality, the reality of all minds, of all trees in the forest, not just the palm tree or the oak tree or the pineapple tree, of all the trees in the forest, of all the oceans, of all the rivers, not just the Indian Ocean or the Pacific Ocean or Caspian Sea, no, all oceans, all universes, not just universe we perceive via the body-mind, but infinite universes. The body-mind is limited. We need instruments in order to perceive further and further in the galaxies, because the body-mind of its own is limited. So we create instruments that assist us to explore the infinite creation. And there is no end to creativity. There is no end to creation. So from that understanding, we also realize our connectivity, our connection with the whole, that we are in fact the whole. We're all currents in the same ocean. We're all drops of water within the ocean. That our sameness is as water, and our so-called differences is in the shape of the waves. But the shapes of the waves, they're fun. Some waves are with a lot of bubbles and others just gentle. It's all the same. They all belong to the same ocean. There isn't a wave that can exist without the other wave. There are no separate waves. They're all interconnected. It's this one ocean. So we can shed the cocoon, the me cocoon. We can shed the me cocoon so we can arise like a butterfly from the cocoon. Arises the butterfly. And the butterfly potential is within the cocoon. The potential to butterfly is there. So we realize the vastness of consciousness, and the shell of the cocoon break open in the realization of the borderlessness of the self, in the edgelessness of being, and the transparency of being, how we are communicating now as one, how we are like one reality, one love. It's the sweetness of being, to the harmony of being. How it gently meets itself in the other as myself, and in myself as the other.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Very beautiful.
Any questions? Hello, Holger.
Hello, Magdi. It was interesting to be interrupted by this potato chip eating man and this cake throwing couple. What is really the problem? And what's really the game in life? It's just about being distracted. I mean, why does it seem that darkness or negativity always seems to win?
Well, I would disagree that there's only one winner always in terms of using that relative way of speaking.
Sure.
Only one reality, and the lions and the dragons that appear in your night dream that seem to be winning. Just speaking in that relative way. But in terms of your question about this human realm is about hearing the message. Nothing else. There is nothing else. Of course, hearing the message and then the journey to God. It's nothing else.
Wonderful. Earlier, you said something, every concept you entertain about yourself is a lie.
Yes.
In your meditation, you said it.
Yes.
Can you say more about this? I mean, so everything that comes up, every voice, every whisper in my head is a concept, basically. Having me as the character.
Yes, any concept about yourself, about consciousness is false. But of course, concept about the moon or about gravity or about electromagnetic fields, they're concepts that refer to certain phenomenal observations that we're trying to sort of formulate in a way that the mind can somehow relate to for a certain purpose. But any concept that you have about consciousness, about yourself, about reality, about that which you are is false. Why? Because a concept is referring to its referent. It's referring to something that you experience, you have an experience of. I would like to make the comment that the only concept that refers directly to itself, like when we say consciousness as a concept is not referring to an oak tree, it's not referring to a horse, it's not referring to a feeling, it's not referring to a memory of dinner you had yesterday with some friends. Consciousness, concept, consciousness, as a word, there is a concept that is referring to itself, directly to itself. Like the concept oak tree does not refer to the oak tree. It doesn't refer to itself, it refers to a perception. Consciousness, the concept consciousness refers directly to itself. But in our imagination, we conceptualize consciousness phenomenally, meaning we imagine ourselves to be something or somebody. The most famous candidate is the body-mind. In some cases of what we refer to some sort of madness, the candidate may be a butterfly or maybe a pink flying elephant. But for most of the human condition, the most common candidate for identification, for I, is the body mind, is me, the person, the man, the rich, poor, handsome, ugly, fat, whatever, you know. And it's false because it is a perception. The perception cannot refer to that which perceives it. Even if you're perceiving a very large universe, you know, you're looking through a telescope and you're seeing infinite universe, and you refer to yourself as the infinite universe, which is zillions of light years in scope. Still, it is false because that which perceives this infinite universe via the telescope must be bigger than that which it perceives. So in any way you describe yourself or you refer to yourself phenomenally is false because you are that which is perceiving that formulation. You are the one that is perceiving that definition or that representation or that model. So like the eye cannot see itself, but yet it sees. There's no possibility of any perception at the ocular way without the eye, but yet the eye, it is undeniable, but yet it does not perceive itself. Although it does not perceive itself, it is undeniable. It is a fact. It is a reality. So reality does not perceive itself phenomenally, but it knows itself as I am, as I perceive. I am. So we have a tendency to rely on descriptives, adjectives about the mind, about I, about consciousness. So we say, I am a great father, I am a wonderful, dancer, I am blah, blah, blah. So in doing so, we have basically given phenomenal qualities to that which is nominal, and we have dropped from the infinite beingness into a gravitational field, the gravitational field of the body. And so therefore from that point on, we experience ourselves as a subject to gravitational forces. and subject to various conditions. So rather than formulating consciousness, contemplate, examine your justification for limiting consciousness. In the absence of limiting consciousness, consciousness is limitless. So the journey is a journey of being not knowing, rather than knowing. It's more a not knowing and being not knowing. Being not knowing is our natural way, natural state. We are being, and we are not knowing. Not knowing in the meaning that it's a freedom from the known. It is not knowing in terms of lack of knowledge. It's rather a freedom from the limitations of knowledge.
It's higher than knowing.
Yes, which we refer to as understanding. Understanding contains, while knowledge is contained. So it's a good idea not to label yourself in any way. And of course, whenever you need to be a father, you're the father. Whenever you need to be the mechanic, you're the mechanic. Whenever you need to be the cook, you're the cook, according to the circumstances. But then when you're not a cook anymore, when the meal is done, then you're not a cook anymore. You don't carry the the function that had a limited scope. You don't continue it. You're not a father all day long. You're a father at certain moments in your day. The rest you're, I don't know. We don't know.
It was interesting this morning. I had a Zoom time, like 2 hours on Zoom with 3 friends. And we were just talking about non-duality. And it was so beautiful. I mean, there was such a joy and harmony. And after the meeting, there was such a put down inside of myself.
Oh,
this was unbelievable.
Oh.
Unbelievable. So much nagging and gremlins in my head. It didn't make any sense to me, but it was.
It's interesting to look at that because
yes, maybe there was some expectation, or I don't know. It's interesting to look at that. Whatever.
Yeah, to look at it is to look at it. I mean, it's not a problem. It's just sometimes we can see some things about something which is hidden within us we don't see. And sometimes we don't see anything, then it's okay,
Thank you, Magdi. Yes, thank you.
No mission, not on a mission.
Yes.
Okay, Holger. Any question? Okay, well, if there are no questions, thank you all. Very lovely to be with you, Mina. And
Thank you, Magdi.
yes, lovely, Mina.
Thank
Rahul.
you,
Rahul.
thank you so much.
Yes, Rahul.
Thank
Esther.
you. Yes, because we have no question, because we listen all masters and not question in all question go on.
Yes, good. Very good. The holy. And Naomi. It's okay. George and Kelly. Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much.
Magdi.
Thank you, Magdi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you.